Hello, I am Abhishek Singh, your Science and Technology faculty, and we are going to discuss some of the PYQ for the purpose of the answer writing, and we will discuss the PYQ from 2024. So, before discussing the PYQ, let us understand how we have to approach the answer and how many things are given regard before awarding the marks. So, first you need to understand the context of the question. This things is being asked into the question. You have to write the answer only about those things which have been asked in the question. First is your context. Second is your content. That how much good your content is, how much appropriate your content is, that whether your content have the examples or whether you have the strong arguments for the support and for the against of each and everything. Then after the content, yes, content will fetch you more marks. If your content is good and it is aligned with the context, then obviously you will get the good marks. And if your content is, say your content is very good, but it is not aligned with the context, it means you are writing something else which is asked into the question, so then you will not get the marks. After the context and content, you have to give focus on the structure of the question. Structure of the question. There should be a flow in the question, a lucid flow in the question. Whenever you write a novel, whenever you read a book, on those books or those novels, if that book have a very lucid flow, then obviously then you will read the entire book. In the same way, examiner is also a human being. If your structure of the question have the lucidity, have a flow, natural flow, then your examiner will read the answer, and when he will read the answer with more interest, then obviously then we can get the good marks. After the structure, we will see that how is your representation. रिप्रेजेंटेशन इट मीन्स अपने आंसर को सजाना है हमें, किस तरह से हम अपने आंसर को सजाएंगे so that कि your answer looks attractive, your answer attracts the examiner. If something will attract the examiner, then he will feel happy, and you know that when he or she will feel happy, then you can get the good marks. Now we will implement all of these things in the questions that we are going to discuss. Obviously there will be an introduction and the conclusion. This is the first question of 2024 from the science and technology part. So we need to read the question, we need to understand the question before answering anything. Let me tell you, before answering anything, we have to understand the question. If you have understood the question, then half the battle is won. And after that, we will write the answer. And I will tell you how to write the answer with very least knowledge, because in the mains it is important how you are expressing yourself with very less knowledge, because each and everyone cannot know each and everything. So we have to understand, even by using less knowledge, how we can make our answer very beautiful. So we will read the question and we will break the question into the parts. First and foremost, we need to know that which things have been asked into the question, and after that we will discuss about these things. Now let us read the question. What is the technology being employed for the electronic toll collection on the highways? This is the first part of the question. Question is asking technology is being employed. This is the first part of the question for electronic toll collection into the highways. First part of the question. Then again, what are its advantages and limitations? This is the second part of the question. It is asking about the advantages and limitation. This is the second part of the question. Then what are the proposed changes that will make this process seamless. This is the third part of the question. It is asking about the proposed changes into the already existing electronic toll collection system. This is your third part of the question. Then, would this transaction carry any potential hazard? Any potential hazard? This is the fourth part of the question. Now try to understand. In one question, examiner have asked you four things. Four different questions are there. And the biggest problem is that you have to answer all of these four things into only 150 words. For 150 words, you will be provided only 2 sheets. Only 2 plain sheets will be there to write the answer of 150 words. Like this is the paper. This is one side of the sheet. This is the another side of the sheet. So you have to write on those 2 sides of the sheets this 150 words. And sir and ma'ams, there are 4 questions in this one question. So this is one of the biggest challenge. So obviously we will start with the introduction. We will write a very good introduction. Now if you have to answer this question into 150 words, all the 4 questions that you have to answer into 150 words, then mark my word, you don't have to waste even a single word. You don't have to waste. You don't have that think that you can waste even a single word while writing the answer. Now I will give you 7 minutes of the time so that you can write the entire answer. I have told you the parts. After that, I will discuss how to make the headings, how to write the introduction, and how many types are in the introductions. There are different type of introduction, and different type of introduction fetch different type of marks. There are different type of conclusions also. And yes, while discussing all of these things, I will tell you about the context, content, representation and structure of the question. So your time starts now for 7 minutes. So now let us discuss about the answer. Whatever you have written, so you must have written very good things, but whether your content is aligned with the context and whether you have answered those things in a most important manner. First and foremost, I will discuss about the introduction. Here in the part of the introduction, we will write a objective type of introduction. There is three type of introduction. One is informative introduction, another is generalistic introduction, and third is objective type of introduction. Generalistic, it is very general in nature, that you have discussed something, that is your generalistic introduction. In the informative introduction, that you will give the information about the electronic toll collection, okay, that this implies the RFID or something like that. This is information that you have given the information to the examiner. But try to remember this thing, this is the opening of your answer. And if you have very strong and very good opening, then only examiner will be interested to read your answer very carefully. Obviously, in the UPSC, they read your copies very carefully. That is there. So if you will write a very good introduction that appeals, that make an appeal to the examiner, then examiner will also feel happy. And if examiner will feel happy, then obviously you will be awarded good marks. So we will tell, in the first line, we will tell that this electronic toll collection, where we are using it in the highways. And this is a automatic detection. In this, what happens? Toll is detected automatically, that is there. Ye pata hai. This is the first line. This is the first line that you have written. After that, you will tell the objective of this electronic toll collection. In the introduction itself, what is the objective, what is the prime objective of the electronic toll collection? Why we came with this technology? So, sirs and ma'ams, the collection is to reduce the congestion, reduce the delay, and if it will reduce the delay, then obviously it will improve the travel efficiency. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? It will reduce the delay, and when the delay will be reduced, then it will improve the travel efficiency. So here we gave the objective of this electronic toll collection into the introduction itself. This is called the objective type of the introduction. Then in the next slide, you can add कि in India we are using for this purpose RFID, and there are certain new technologies that are in the pilot phase. अब यहाँ पे आपने एग्जामिनर को बता दिया कि I know what is electronic toll collection, what is the objective, ultimate objective of the electronic toll collection. To achieve that objective, the technology that we are using right now, and if that technology is lacking somewhere, then we will use the upcoming technologies. We will develop some new technologies to achieve those objectives. Now, while reading your answer, you have to make the life of the examiner easy. And how you will make the life of the examiner easy? Examiners should not have to search the things you have written in the answer, that whether you are writing as per the demand of the question. It means as per the context of the question. So you will fetch the headings from the question itself. Here I have told you there are 4 parts of the question. So these are my 4 prime headings. When I will put these 4 prime headings, so each and everywhere examiner will get to know that yes, you are writing each and everything in the context of the question that have been asked. So now let us write the first part. And second most important thing, for which thing you have to give how much importance. So here the most important things that are, first thing is that the technology is employed. This is the most important thing. This is the most important part of the question. Then yes, here we can give a little space for the advantages and limitation. This we will cover in very less space. Then after that we will tell the examiner that this is the future, this is the technologies proposed to make the system seamless. Here we will use a little bit more space than the advantages and limitation. Then we will tell very briefly what is the potential hazard. After that we will conclude the answer. And how we will conclude? देखो यहाँ पे तुम्हारे पास वे फॉरवर्ड बताने के लिए जगह नहीं है. You don't have any space, neither you have the words nor you have the space to tell the way forward to the examiner. So what we will do, in the conclusion we will tell the way forward to the examiner, so that the examiner can know, yes, you know the answer of that thing also, which will become the challenge in the future, because you are going to be the administrative of this country. So you have to solve those problems that you will face in future. चलो अब इसमें क्या करते हैं, हमारी पहली हेडिंग होगी टेक्नोलॉजीज एम्प्लॉयड इनटू द ईटीसी. फर्स्ट हेडिंग, दिस विल बी योर फर्स्ट हेडिंग. अब यहां से क्या पता चल रहा है एग्जामिनर को कि आप इस पार्ट का आंसर कर रहे हो. अब नाउ यू नो ओनली वन टेक्नोलॉजी, दैट इज योर आरएफआईडी. ठीक है, तो वी विल गिव स्पेस फॉर द आरएफआईडी. दिस इज द फर्स्ट टेक्नोलॉजी, दिस इज द फर्स्ट हेडिंग. आई हैव पुट द नंबर 1 and then we will give the numbering A, B, C, D like that. So for the first, it is your RFID, radio frequency identification. In the radio frequency identification, what happens? Now you will tell in the copy what happens. That it is a tag that is used into the vehicle, and scanner scans it. After that, the toll is detected, and it use the wireless communication. This is your RFID. And in the form of RFID, we are using FASTag. What we are using? FASTag. And you must be aware of the FASTag. Now you will tell the examiner that this FASTag was launched under the National Electronic Toll Collection Program. FASTag was launched under the National Electronic Toll Collection Program by NHAI, National Highway Authority of India. And by 2021, it has been made mandatory in all over the country, and it is operational in more than 1,000 of the toll plazas. This is the first technology. Then second technology, B. First is your RFID using FASTag. Then second technology is automatic number plate recognition system. ANPR, automatic number plate recognition system. In this technology, what happens? Vehicle passes on the road, and the camera on the road will capture the plate, the number plate. It will capture the picture of the number plate. उसको बोलते हैं driver's plate. And when it will capture the picture of the number plate, that is called the license plate, it will detect the toll. And this technology, अब देखो यहाँ पे हमें क्या करना है, we will give the examples also, so that our argument can be substantiated with the real things. The examiner should not think that you are making cock and bull stories. So here we will tell that this technology ANPR, automatic number plate recognition system, is being employed into the Delhi Meerut highway, and you can also tell that it is also employed on Delhi Gurugram highway, Delhi Gurugram expressway. This is your automatic number plate recognition system. Then third is C, GNSS, GPS based navigation satellite system. GPS based navigation satellite system. अब इसमें क्या हो रहा है? Here the toll detection will be based on the distance based. It will be distance based toll detection. The distance that you will travel, for that distance only the toll will be detected, and for that there will be OBU, onboard unit, into the vehicle, and that OBU will be connected either with the GPS or with the NAVIC. NAVIC क्या है? Navigation with Indian constellation. Navigation is ours, GPS is of USA. So we will employ either the NAVIC or the GPS for the purpose of GNSS. And here in this system there will be no stopping. यहाँ कहीं भी रुकने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. There will be no toll booths. So this is your GNSS. And along with that, we have discussed about these three main technologies. Then which other technologies are supporting these three main technologies? We will also mention them in very briefly. Then the your mobile phone system, like your Bheem, UPI, Paytm, PhonePe, by which you recharge the FASTag. This you will mention very briefly. After the mobile payment system, the A is cloud based management. Cloud based management, because all the process is happening where? It is in the cloud. Your bank details, your registration number is connected with your Aadhaar card, and that Aadhaar card is also connected with your wallet. So each and every process is happening into the cloud. So yes, to make these above three technologies successful, we need a supporting technology that is called cloud based management. These are the technologies that we are using for the purpose of the collection of the electronic toll collection. These are the technologies employed. This is the first part of the question. अब ये पूरा लिखने में आपका एक पेज भर चुका है. जब एक पेज भर चुका है और अभी हमारे पास क्या है, एक पेज बाकी है और हमें तीन चीजों के बारे में और लिखना है. Now you will write about the advantages and limitation of the ETC. ETC, it means electronic toll collection, and now you have very less space available. So here we will use diagrams. Advantages. For the advantage, I will use pentagon. For the advantages, I am using pentagon. And in the advantage, I will write first advantage. What it did? It did reduce the congestion. When it reduced the congestion, then what happened? Your time saved. When you save the time, देन कंजेशन कम हुआ है. अब वहां पे आपको बहुत देर खड़े नहीं रहना है, तो क्या होगा? फ्यूल विल ऑल्सो, यू विल ऑल्सो सेव फ्यूल. सेव फ्यूल, लो ग्रीन हाउस गैस, emission, low greenhouse gas emission, because now you have saved the fuel. And when you have saved the fuel, then what will happen? Then you will save the money also. Save resources. Resources को save कर लिया आप देखो. Each and everything is automatic. Each and everything is automatic. Now automatic, because of the automatic deduction, what is happening? There is no revenue leakage. There is no revenue leakage. तो ये हमने आपको 4-5 चीजें बता दी. इसमें आप ट्रांसपेरेंसी वगैरह कुछ भी लिख सकते हो. अब है क्या कि स्पेस आपके पास बहुत ज्यादा अवेलेबल है नहीं, तो बहुत सारी चीजें हम लिख नहीं सकते. ना स्पेस है ना टाइम है, केवल रिक्वायर्ड चीजें लिखेंगे. अब इस पे हम प्यारे प्यारे बॉक्सेस बना सकते हैं डिपेंडिंग ऑन योर चॉइस एंड स्पीड, एंड यू हैव टू प्रैक्टिस ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स. सो दिस इज वन पार्ट. यहां पे हमने बात कर ली क्या? एडवांटेजेस की. आफ्टर द एडवांटेज वी विल टॉक अबाउट द लिमिटेशन. फॉर द लिमिटेशन आई एम गोइंग टू यूज अ सर्कल. I am using different type of diagrams so that ki your presentation should be good. Presentation should not be very monotonous. And now for the limitation, first and foremost I will tell the examiner RFID scanning issue. Along with the RFID scanning issue, I will also tell the examiner that sometimes there is malfunction into the RFID reader. This was the one limitation. Then I will also write poor infrastructure in some part of the country like Odisha, Bihar. In these states, all of the highways are not connected with the toll plazas, this RFID system. Then I will tell about the data security. Each and everything is online. So yes, there can be the breach of data. Yes, digital divide. Because in India, each and everyone do not have even bank account, and that person will not have the bank account, then that person will not have the Bhim, UPI, Paytm, etc. Then how he will have the FASTag system? So these are certain limitations. ये हमें बहुत कम जगह पे बतानी थी, बहुत कम जगह यूज करके हमने ये सारी चीजें बता दी. Now you will tell the proposed changes. Proposed changes was the third part of the answer. So here the third heading, proposed changes to make the system seamless. प्रपोज चेंजेस. अब देखो यहां पे आप एग्जामिनर को बताते जा रहे हो कि मैं कहीं और नहीं भाग रहा हूं, जो क्वेश्चन पूछा गया मैं वही उसी का आंसर कर रहा हूं, क्योंकि आपने हेडिंग्स कहां से उठा ली, सारी हेडिंग्स आपको मिल गई क्वेश्चन से. और जैसे ही आपको पता चल जाता है ना कि दैट यू हैव गॉट द हेडिंग्स, तो फिर कंटेंट अपने आप आ जाता है, उससे रिलेटेड कुछ ना कुछ कंटेंट आपके पास अपने आप आ जाएगा. पहले प्रपोज चेंजेस जो हम बिग स्केल पे करेंगे, जिसका पायलट प्रोजेक्ट की हमने पीछे बात करी ली थी, GNSS, जीपीएस बेस्ड नेविगेशन सैटेलाइट सिस्टम या फिर ग्लोबल नेविगेशन सैटेलाइट सिस्टम का यूज करके वी विल हैव द इलेक्ट्रॉनिक टोल कलेक्शन सिस्टम. इन द GNSS what will happen? There will be OBU. In the old vehicles you have to install the OBU, or probably the new vehicle will come with the OBU. It is your onboard unit for the purpose of the GNSS. It will be connected with NAVIC or GPS. Now इसमें क्या होगा, डिस्टेंस बेस्ड tolling होगी, and when you will have the distance based tolling, then there will be one more thing, no toll plazas. यहाँ पे कोई टोल प्लाजा नहीं होगा. नाउ इफ देयर विल नॉट बी एनी टोल प्लाजा, नाउ यू डोंट हैव टू स्टॉप एट द हाईवे. सो दिस इज योर जीएनएसएस. अब यहाँ पे जीएनएसएस, और you can give the example कि that we are there is a pilot project that is going into the there is pilot project of the GNSS that is going into the eastern peripheral हाईवे. ये हो गया आपका जीएनएसएस. फिर दूसरी प्रॉब्लम क्या थी, दूसरी प्रॉब्लम हमारे पास थी सिक्योरिटी की. तो यस, क्योंकि वहां पे दैट सिस्टम वाज प्रोन टू हैक, तो सेकेंड चेंज, enhance security. When you will have the enhanced security, then yes, there will be less cyber attacks over there, because those people will not able to hack into your system. Those people will not have the unauthorized access inside your system. Then one more change you can suggest, AI integration. With the AI integration, what will happen? Now you will have the seamless access into the toll plazas. AI will tell into which toll plaza you have to move forward. Then D. Have you heard about the EVs? Now government is pushing EV into the FAME India scheme, and EV need the charging stations. So yes, we can have these toll plazas aligned with the EV. We can have the charging station of the EV into the toll plaza itself. EV integration. Here you have tell the examiner these four suggestions that are proposed to make the ETC experience, electronic toll collection experience, very seamless. Then the next part of the question and the last part of the question, whether this type of system, whether this type of payment system will have any hazard. तो हम क्या लिखेंगे यहाँ पे, अगली हेडिंग हमारी फोर्थ हेडिंग, पोटेंशियल हैजार्ड. Of electronic toll collection system. And in the potential hazard, in a very crisp manner, because now we are not left with the space. So in a very crisp manner, we will tell the hazard. First is cyber security. Because now you are going to connect the vehicle with the your NAVIC system. Aadhaar is being also, Aadhaar will also be connected with NAVIC. And before, what used to happen, before this system, what used to happen? Before this system, the government will only know that you have crossed this toll plaza. After that, where you went, no one knows. Now what will happen? Now the vehicle is permanent connected with the GPS system. Now each and every moment where you are can be tracked. Each and every moment where you have stopped, where you have went. So for a normal citizen, it might not sound very risky, but yes, there will be the issue of the privacy. And here I am not talking about the normal citizen. And if any important dignitary of the government says, say it is Defense Secretary, Home Secretary, Defense Minister, Home Minister, or any general, Army General, or any army personals, or any movement of the armed forces, movement of the police forces, SPs of the police, and these type of dignitaries which holds very important position for the administration of this country. And if somehow data is leaked, then sir, this will become the matter of the national security. this can become the matter of the national security. So this is the primary concern. Before implementing all of these things, we have to have very robust data encryption system. Yes, here you don't have that much of the space that you can tell each and everything that I have told you, and neither you have the space that you can address the problem of this data security. So you will just tell that yes, there is the problem of the cyber security, there is risk of the hacking. So next potential hazard, it can be system overload. Because now at the time of festivities, more and more people will be using highways. When more and more people will be using highways, what will happen? Each and everything is into the cloud. There will be cloud-based computing, because here you don't have the edge-based computing. So when each and everything will happen into the cloud, every calculation will happen into the cloud, there will be congestion, sir. Because when you see the even website of the UPSC, at the time अभी prelims का result आने वाला है, at the time of the result of the prelims what happens? 10 लाख लोग बैठ के वहां पर रिजल्ट देख रहे होते हैं और यूपीएससी की वेबसाइट नहीं खोल रही होती. This is system overload. So same thing can happen into the electronic toll collection plaza, electronic toll collection system also. At the time of festivities, there will be increased load. Then next thing is exclusion of the digitally illiterate people, because there are many people who are not very good with this digital system. They don't know how to use these digital systems. Then next and last, job loss. When we will have this GPS based collection system, then what will happen? There will be no toll plaza. And right now in the toll plazas, many of the boys and girls are employed. When we will not have the toll plazas, what will happen? These girls and boys, they will lose their jobs. अब यहाँ पे क्या होगा? यहाँ पे हमारा आंसर खत्म होता है. इसके बाद हमें बताना है कंक्लूजन. अब in the conclusion you will summarize a little bit, like in India, electronic toll collection driven by the FASTag and the NETC program. It has revolutionized the highway travel, cutting delays and boosting efficacy. यहां तक आपने बता दिया. फिर आप बताओगे एक सोल्यूशन बता दो, आखिरी लाइन पे एक सोल्यूशन बता दो फॉर द साइबर सिक्योरिटी in future we can use quantum cryptography that is unhackable till the date. यहां तक आपने बताया और ये कंक्लूड कर दिया. आपने एग्जामिनर के सामने एक बहुत बड़ा नैरेटिव सेट कर दिया आखिरी लाइन में कि सर साइबर सिक्योरिटी की जो सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है, वी कैन सॉल्व दैट प्रॉब्लम ऑफ द साइबर सिक्योरिटी यूजिंग क्वांटम क्रिप्टोग्राफी. सो दिस इज हाउ यू विल कंप्लीट योर आंसर. Moving forward towards the next question. In the same way as we did in the previous question, we have to remember context, the structure and the representation. अब देखो हमारे जहां भी हमें जरूरत पड़ेगी वी विल यूज द डायग्राम, जहां भी हमें जरूरत पड़ेगी वी विल मेक द पॉइंट्स, एंड ईच एंड एवरीथिंग मस्ट बी कंप्लीटली अलाइंड विद द क्वेश्चन. नन ऑफ द सिंगल वर्ड वी विल वेस्ट इन राइटिंग एनीथिंग except that is asked in the question itself, so that you can get very good marks. Next question. पहले हम इसको क्वेश्चन को क्या करेंगे, क्वेश्चन को हम फिर से फ्रेगमेंटेशन करेंगे. वी विल फ्रेगमेंट द क्वेश्चन इनटू द पीसेस. वी विल गेट टू नो कि दैट इन वन क्वेश्चन देयर आर हाउ मेनी क्वेश्चंस. So let us read the question. What is the present world scenario of the intellectual property right with respect to the life material? In the first statement itself, there are two questions. First question, कि what is intellectual property right related to life material? पहला तो ये क्वेश्चन है. What is this thing? This is first part. Then its present world scenario. This is the second part of the question. We will start introduction with the intellectual property rights related to the life material. Then we will make the heading of the present world scenario related to the intellectual property right. दो क्वेश्चन हो गए. Let us read. Although India is the second in the world to file patent, still only a few have been commercialized. This is a statement that is made by the examiner. Now examiner is telling you that India files second highest patent into the world, but very less patents are commercialized. Then the question is, explain the reason behind this, that why there is less commercialization of the patent. This is the third part of the question. And in the conclusion, we will give the way forward. Because in 150 marker, 150 words question, we don't have the choice or we don't have the space to separately give the way forward. In the conclusion, we have to give the way forward. Because if you will give the way forward, it will leave a good impression into the examiner. नाउ फर्स्ट पार्ट देखो, अब इसका इंट्रोडक्शन कैसे करेंगे। इसके इंट्रोडक्शन के लिए फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट यू विल टेल अबाउट द इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट दैट इज रिलेटेड टू द लाइफ मटेरियल, या फिर यू कैन टेल कि इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स आर द इंटेंजिबल राइट्स गिवन टू प्रमोट इनोवेशन। यहां पे बता दो, यहां तक बता दिया आपने। इसके बाद यू विल टेल व्हाट इज लाइफ मटेरियल, एंड फॉर लाइफ मटेरियल वी गिव द पेटेंट्स। लाइफ मटेरियल आर लाइक फार्मास्यूटिकल, it is related to biotechnology, it is related to GMO, genetically modified organisms, it is related to your vaccines, it is related to medicines. This is your life material. And for the life material, what is given? Patent is given. For the life material, patent is given. Now there is one more thing. Now this thing is about the life material and it is related to patent also. If there will be a patent holder that have the patent for say vaccine, corona vaccine. So sir and ma'ams, if there is patent for the vaccine of the corona, then that patent holder will take some royalty because he have invested billions to develop that vaccine. Now that patent holder will take royalty, will take profit, and when he will take royalty, when he will take profit, what will happen? That vaccine will become costly. It will be on the costlier side, and when that vaccine will become costly, it will be less affordable to the people of country. And in India, what will be the problem? In India, there will be a problem of universal health care. Because as we know that in India, the purchasing power parity of the people is very low. Each and everyone cannot afford costly healthcare system. So yes, you can mention these things. So India, what India does, in the introduction itself, you should add this line. India tries to balance between the innovation and the affordability. यहां तक आपने बता दिया, इंट्रोडक्शन हो गया आपका। देन यू विल टेल द प्रेजेंट सिनेरियो रिलेटेड टू द इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट ऑन द लाइफ मटेरियल। फर्स्ट हेडिंग, प्रेजेंट सिनेरियो रिलेटेड टू द इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट। यहां से उठाओ हेडिंग, रिलेटेड टू द इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट ऑन लाइफ मटेरियल्स। पहला आप बताओगे कि सर बायोटेक इनोवेशन। अब इसमें डिफरेंट हेडिंग्स होंगी। फर्स्ट हेडिंग ए, किसको देते हो आप? बायोटेक इनोवेशन। अब इफ दैट बायोटेक इनोवेशन इज आई इनोवेशन, देखो इनोवेशन के लिए पेटेंट मिलेगा। पहली चीज इनोवेशन होना चाहिए, दूसरी चीज कॉमर्शियली वाइबल होना चाहिए, कॉमर्शियली वाइबल होना चाहिए, देन ओनली पेटेंट विल बी ग्रांटेड। एंड नाउ यू विल गिव सम एग्जांपल्स फॉर विच पेटेंट हैव बीन गिवन, लाइक योर CRISPR-Cas9, like your NextCar19, it is a CAR T-cell therapy used for the cancer. This CRISPR-Cas9, it is a molecular scissor. It is used into the genome editing. And you can also write about the GMOs, genetically modified organisms, like your BT cotton, BT brinjal, like your DMH11. First thing you have told that, and these patent is governed by what? These patents are governed by Indian Patent Act 1970 in India, and in the world after the formation of the WTO on 1995, these patents are governed by TRIPS, trade related aspect of the intellectual property right. What? TRIPS. Now we will tell कि दैट सर आपने बता दिया कि किस चीज के लिए पेटेंट दिया जाता है. फिर you will tell the difference between the developed countries and developing countries. What is the difference in the developed nations? Developed nations give top-notch priority to the patents, give top-notch priority to the IPRs. Why? Because in the developed nations, they have more purchasing power parity, yes, or yes, they can afford the costly medicines because of the purchasing power parity. And most of the companies which rule into the pharmaceutical market of the world, which rule into the GMOs, which rule into the vaccines, which rule into different type of antibiotics, which rules into the monoclonal antibodies. These pharmaceutical companies are from the Western world, USA and Europe, and these are the developed economies. So, to protect their corporates, they will follow the top-notch protection to the IPR. They follow TRIPS Plus. In the TRIPS Plus is what? There is top-notch protection for the IPR. This is the developed world. Then see, developing world. Developing world follow the TRIPS guidelines. In the TRIPS guidelines, yes, developing world will also give the protection to the patent holder. But whenever there will be compromise to the health of the people, that developing world, what it can do, it can issue the compulsory licensing. Developing world will not give the, will not have the clause of the evergreening. As in India, we don't do evergreening. We don't give the patent for the evergreening. Section 3D, section 3J, 3D, 3J, they deny for the evergreening of the patent. They deny for the data exclusivity. They deny for the patent extension. And Indian Patent Act 1970, it also talks about that neither the plant nor the part of the plant, neither the animal nor the plant part of the animal is patentable. Only the microorganisms are patentable. Okay. So, developing world will try to have a balance between innovation and affordability, because in the developing world we will have the less purchasing power parity. Now, here you will quote one example. You can quote the example of Nexavar. Nexavar, it is a medicine that is for the cancer, and this medicine was available at the price of 2,88,000 rupees. In India, it is the medicine of the cancer. And I don't think so that Indian people earn that much. 10% of the Indians earn 3 lakh rupees per year, and it is nearby the 3 lakh. सारा पैसा नेक्सावर की दवाई खाने में खर्च कर दो. तो for this Nexavar, Indian government issued compulsory licensing under section 84 of the Indian Patent Act, and now this medicine is made by an Indian generic company, Natco Pharma, and the price of this medicine is 8,800 rupees only. And in this 8,800, Natco Pharma have to give 6.5% royalty to the Bayer, and Bayer owns the patent of the Nexavar. So this is the problem of the developing world. Developed world use TRIPS Plus, top-notch protection to the intellectual property right, and developing world, it will balance health of the people and might of the corporate. So in the developed world, this is one of the biggest administrative dilemma for the developing world. Is that what should be the priority? The priority should be the health of the people or might of the corporate. Because for each and everything you cannot issue compulsory licensing. When you cannot issue compulsory licensing for each and everything, then what will happen? Then you will jeopardize the universal health care. And if you have issued compulsory licensing for each and everything, then these companies will not come into your country. Because by investing in those drugs, those companies have invested billions of dollars. They have not committed any crime by investing those millions of dollars. And if they have made the investment of billions of dollars, then they have right to earn that money. So this is the greatest top-notch administrative dilemma for any developing world, for any developing country. So, and here you can also give the example of beta-catenin fumarate, emanative mesylate. For the emanative mesylate, our Supreme Court denied the patent for emanative mesylate. Then our patent office denied for the patent of the beta-catenin fumarate. Emanative mesylate is the drug for the cancer. Beta-catenin fumarate is drug for the MDR TB. You can quote these examples to support your claim. Yes, we give patent to many of the medicines, but we don't allow the evergreening. In the emanative mesylate, in the beta-catenin fumarate, there was evergreening. Then you will tell about some global treaties. D. You will tell about the treaties of WIPO, World Intellectual Right Property Office. And in the World Intellectual Right Property Office, there is a patent cooperation treaty that protect the patent internationally. ये बताया. फिर next point E. Next and last point for that, there is a ethical issue into the patents. Ab ethical issue is what? There is a one gene BRCA1 and BRCA2. This gene is related to ovarian and breast cancer, and this gene was patented by one American company. And when this gene was patented by this Myriad Genetics, and Myriad Genetics got the patent of this gene, if anyone will work for the medicine of breast and ovarian cancer, then what will happen? Sir, that drug will be exposed by these genes itself, and as soon as that drug will be exposed by these genes, that Myriad Genetics will say that you have violated my patent. So that is why USA Supreme Court, now I am talking about the USA, the role model of the capitalism, which follows the principles which give the top-notch protection to the intellectual property right for the patents. Now USA Supreme Court is saying that, sir, you cannot have the patent for the genes that are naturally available in the human body, and this BRCA gene is naturally available. So USA Supreme Court revoked the patent of the Myriad Genetics related to BRCA1 and BRCA2, and even some companies of the USA took the patent for the neem, for the turmeric, and that is, sir, indigenous. And for that, Indian government filed a case into USA and their patent was revoked. And to save that traditional knowledge, Indian government came with the TKDL, traditional knowledge digital library. ये पॉइंट यहाँ पे लिखो, BRCA1, BRCA2, Myriad Genetics. Then after that you will tell about the neem and turmeric, and then you will tell about the TKDL. This is how the first part of the question will be completed. Now the second part of the question. In the second part of the question, it is asked that why there is less commercialization of the patent in India. देखो I am making the heading, direct heading from the question itself. I am not inventing my headings. So you should also not invent your headings, because if you will have the headings from the question itself, then what will happen? Then you will tell again and again examiner, sir, I am writing each and everything related to the context of the question. मैं कहीं इधर उधर नहीं भटका हूं. So here first line you will write that despite having the second largest number of the patent in India, despite filing more than 1 lakh patent into 2024 in India, only a few have been commercialized. Reason followed. ये लाइन लिखने के बाद आप बता दोगे कि 1 लाख से ज्यादा पेटेंट फाइल हुए 2024 में, और देयर इज अ ह्यूज ग्रोथ इनटू द पेटेंट फाइलिंग रिलेटेड टू द लाइफ मटेरियल्स. ये बता के आप बताओगे कि भाई अब इसमें ए लेस R&D. पहले तो इन्वेंशन में कम R&D है, इन्वेंशन से हमें पेटेंट मिल भी गया तो those people have less infrastructure. If they have less infrastructure, then they do not have the capability to make the product that is market ready. When the product is not market ready, तुम्हें patent मिल भी गया तो that product will not be able to fight into the market. This is the first problem. Then sometimes the cost is also a problem. Then point B, after the less R&D, there is problem of regulatory delays. What happens in India? It takes approximately 58 months, average 58 months for a patent, and there is no single window system. This is also a problem. तो सब 5 साल तो लग गए पेटेंट लेने में, एंड पेटेंट मिलता 20 साल के लिए फ्रॉम दैट डेट व्हेन यू हैव अप्लाइड फॉर द पेटेंट. तो 5 साल तो पेटेंट मिलने में लग गए और केवल 15 साल के लिए पेटेंट रह गया. तो दिस इज अ रेगुलेटरी डिले. एंड फॉर सम थिंग्स लाइक GMO, scrutiny mechanism is very difficult, very difficult. So here it will take more time for the GMOs, for the vaccines also. These are the regulatory delays. Then see, next problem is industry academia linkage. In the industry academia linkage, in India we have very less industry academia linkage. Only 36% of the patent have the industry academia linkage, while in the developed world this number is more than 75%. This number is more than 75%. When over there academia is linked with the industry, now industry will be able to make the market ready product. This is why in India we struggle to make our patent commercialize. This is one more problem. Then the last problem that we will write, it is about the market gap. D. Market gap, it means that the patent holder, or you can say the university or academia that have invented that product, and now that scientists don't know na ki how to market that product, how to fight with competition, that scientists don't know the marketing strategies. So this is one of the problem ki they don't have the expertise to market their product. And yes, if you want to write, you can write also ki there is very weak public private partnership, because our corporates do not find it comfortable to invest in such deep tech startups, because these deep tech startups related to the biotechnology, startups related to nanotech, quantum, these have very high gestation period, 20 years, 30 years, and even after that there is no guarantee of the success. So our corporates do not invest in these technologies. This is the problem with the corporate. That is why recently our IT minister said that in India, in the name of the startups, what we have? We have food delivery apps. In the China, in the name of the startups, we have the startups related to artificial intelligence like DeepSeek, the startups related to rocket technology, startups related to quantum computing. Because here there is a funding problem. Any person cannot make a rocket or a 6th generation aircraft using by the bootstrap money. So you can mention that very weak public-private partnership. Now the last part, that is your conclusion. In your conclusion, you will suggest what? You will suggest the way forward. You will suggest a solution of these problems. कि that yes, these are the problems. अब क्योंकि अलग से वे फॉरवर्ड लिखने की जगह बची नहीं तुम्हारे पास, लेकिन अब तुम कंक्लूजन बता दोगे तो इट विल mark a very good impression into the mind of the examiner. Now in the conclusion you have to conclude like that कुछ 4 चीजें तुम्हें ध्यान रखनी है और उसको जोड़ के तुम्हें कंक्लूजन बनाना है. फर्स्ट इज योर बूस्ट इनटू द फंडिंग, देन जो रेगुलेटरी डिलेस है उसको हमें क्लियर करना है, देन कोलैबोरेशन बिटवीन द पब्लिक एंड पार्टनर, देन इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट को हमें प्रोटेक्शन देनी है. ये 4 चीजें मिला के हमें कंक्लूजन लिखना है. एंड देन अब ये क्या है, सारे सॉल्यूशंस हैं. अब इससे कंक्लूजन क्या होगा, फ्यूचर रेडी कंक्लूजन इट इज. You have given the hope to the examiner. If you have asked about the problem, then I will also search for the solution. Because being an administrator, being a bureaucrat, you don't have to only find the problems, you have to give the solution for the problems. Yes, that solution is not asked into the question, but you can give 30 words for the solution in the name of conclusion. And that will be a happy ending, and happy ending is always a good ending, I think. So this is how we have to write our answer. This is how we have to write our introduction. Introduction, if you are able to write an objective introduction, then it is always well and good. And these type of futuristic conclusions are always preferred by the examiners also. And for these type of answers, examiner gives very, very good marks. अब देखो यहां पे, if you have some space left, then for the way forward, I told you 4 things. For the way forward, you will make a box, क्योंकि अब बहुत छोटी सी जगह बची, बहुत कम जगह बची, उसके बाद आपको थोड़ा सा कंक्लूड करना है, समराइज करना है. तो यहां पे आप साफ साफ बता दो क्या करोगे. फंडिंग बूस्ट करोगे, पब्लिक प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप करोगे, सिंगल विंडो सिस्टम लेके आओगे, एंड इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी मैनेजमेंट करो. ये क्या है तुम्हारा वे फॉरवर्ड. और हाउ टू टैकल विथ लो कॉमर्शियलाइजेशन. इसका मतलब ये क्या बता दिया आपने, वे फॉरवर्ड. वे फॉरवर्ड बता दिया तो फिर आपका कंक्लूजन बहुत छोटा रह जाएगा. कंक्लूजन में फिर आपको 15-20 वर्ड में, 15 वर्ड में कंक्लूजन लिखना है. कंक्लूजन शुड बी लाइक इंडिया चैलेंज इज टू कन्वर्ट इट्स पेटेंट फाइलिंग स्ट्रेंथ इनटू कमर्शियल सक्सेस, strategic reforms and partnership are key to unlocking this potential. This is how we have to conclude. अब हमने इसको conclude भी कर दिया. So this is how we have to write the answer. एंड होप आपको कुछ समझ आया, आप आज के बाद कुछ बेहतर आंसर लिख पाएंगे। हमें कुछ चीजें याद रखनी है क्लास खत्म करने के पहले, मैं एक बार फिर से बता देता हूं। योर आंसर शुड ऑलवेज रिलेटेड टू योर कंटेक्स्ट। कंटेक्स्ट इज व्हाट things have been asked into the question, and how you will know the context, you will do the marking like this. You will do the marking, you will do the fragmentation of the question, you will do the marking, and you will try to know there are how many parts of the question, and from the question itself you will fetch the main headings for the question, and when you will fetch the main headings of the question, then content will automatically come. Good content will automatically come. After the context, you have to prepare the good content for the answer so that you can write the answer in the stipulated or the given time. After the content, your structuring of the question should be very clear so that there should be a lucid flow. There should be a lucid flow. After the structuring, there should be a good representation of the question. Like when you are making the heading, you have to do the boxing, you have to underline the keywords. Wherever we have used the keywords, we have to underline the keywords so that those keywords must reflect in your copies while examiner is reading your answer. And obviously we will try to write the objective introduction of the questions, and a very good and hopeful conclusion in the part of the science and technology. This is the gist. This is how we have to write the answers. Thank you very much.